See? Hi everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into the session today. Okay, I should also be live on Instagram. Thank you so much for tuning into the session today. I had an absolute blast just like having conversations with you yesterday. And yesterday we started something interesting. We're trying to define the positioning and messaging of Zagotos by understanding our target market. And I mentioned that I was going to go back to the research and then come back to share what the details are with us today or what we found. I just want to be sure that both platforms can hear me. So I'm gonna keep moving my head because I'm live on Instagram and I'm also doing YouTube at the same time. So yeah, let's get right into it. Let me share my screen. So for the purpose of the chat, I decided to create like a notepad that serves as some sort of mental dump for me or a brainstorming kind of thing. And so I have defined what I wanted to do, which we started together yesterday by reading a couple of research work and all of that. So what we want to do is define our ICP. And our objective for finding our ICP really is so that we can define our positioning and messaging. Now, I we have the geographic, psychographic, and all of that attributes that we can use to define our ICP. But specifically, I only focused on the behavior, the age, their interest, occupation, motivations, geography, habits, and needs. The reason this is really important in whatever outreach we're going to be doing or how we would even get our first 100 is that we need to know what we're going after. If we don't know what we're going after, if we don't know what they spend, where they spend, it's going to be very, very hard to get through to them. I'm sorry on Instagram, you can't see my screen, but you can on YouTube. So probably you should tune into YouTube. So for us, Zagoto is an adventure marketplace for Gen Zs and millennials to find safe, quality, and sustainable adventure tours. I need to be sure my screen is live, right? Oh yeah, my screen is there. And so the behavior of this, they'll most likely be digital first bookers because again, Gen Zs and millennials, it's the social media generation. And so when they are being digital first bookers, it means that they compare, they review and purchase travel online, mostly via their mobile phones. Okay, so first I think I need to let you know how I came about this. The first thing was that I read a couple of research work just like we have. And then I read those research work because it begins to give me ideas and expanded things in my mind. And then I took all of that into ChatGPT and then I prompted it and then it began to give me some results. But most importantly, I told ChatGPT to pretend like it's an international tourism marketing strategist because that's what I do. And so the conversation was at that plane, like how a strategist would think. If you'd like to have access to the prompts I used, and just let me know. For most of my prompts, they were extremely long because I had like every details to feed into it, so that it can produce the right kind of results. Chat doesn't just give you results; it's all based on prompting. So yes, research every. These folks look at blogs, they look at TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram before committing. They're not like bloomers and all of that. They don't mind and just going to travel agents. They go to travel agents, but then they like to have an idea of what they're trying to get first before going to travel agents. They also prefer like experience over things. So they're willing to save up, spend on travel experiences instead of material goods. They're also like a big, big stickler for social sharing. So they document their trips. They're always looking like for like Instagram worthy adventures, really, and they're community driven. So they prefer to travel in groups, tours, and activities where they meet like-minded folks like themselves. And because we're servicing a market that's between the ages of 18 to 35, I went further to break that down. So people between the ages of 18 to 24, really, they're budget sensitive. They have enough time, and then they're looking for affordable adventures. Just between the ages of 25 to 32, they have moderate disposable income. They want meaningful experiences, and escape between their work. People that are between the ages of 24 to 35, they the way they spend on adventure tour is really dependent on locations. They have flexible schedules, and then they're always looking for unique, sustainable adventures, right? I mean, from the age bracket, you can almost look at where it really almost shows where Zagotos should really be prioritizing in market action and sales action. So people between the ages of 18 to 24, most of them are students and or they just take like gap year travelers. They're like gap year travelers. 25 to 32 are like young professionals. 24 to 35 are like digital nomads and freelancers. And by at the end of my research, I concluded that the digital nomads, the freelancers, and perhaps young professionals would be the best set of people to position our messaging towards. And their motivation for traveling is that they are, people across these ages are looking for social validation. So they want adventure to feel like, I've challenged myself, I've achieved a new height. Say, I had hiked 10,000 kilometers. So they're always looking for it as social validation, and it's as an important part of their personal growth and development. A lot of them tie adventure tours or even experiences to their identity. So travel is really, really important for this audience. And the another motivation of theirs is values, because safety awareness and how it's communicated is really important for this target group. And they also want to, they like to feel like, okay, I'm doing something great environmentally when I travel the world. Some of them are taking adventure tours to escape or reset, and a couple of them are also looking for adventure tours for bonding. Now, for geography, where we have like lots of this set of people, and where there's like a boom in the market for young folks like Gen Zs and millennials to really see the world, is North America, West Europe, Australia, India, China, and Korea. And as we go along, I'm going to tell you how this is really shaping how we target people. Thank you so much. It's really shaping how we target. So for their habits, they are lovers of like last minute booking. They use social media for destination inspiration. They follow like lots of influencers and then get lots of adventures ideas from those influencers. They love to travel in small groups or join group tours so that they can save money and meet other people. Their needs is safety, simplicity, sustainability, and trust. I wanted to show you. So I also, one of the things I did is, it's not the most beautiful year, but I mapped out an ICP because the goal of the 100 days challenge really is like sales actions. But this forms the direction of the sales action. So I think it's important to take you through what finding an ICP, doing this research as it has informed our ICP. Okay. So I decided to map like two ICPs that we're finally going to work with for Zago. I'm trying to hold my mic simultaneously so that my face can constantly show on Instagram. But I tell you, it looks like a lot of work. So the first ICP I have here is Maya. Her name is Maya. Maya does not exist, but Maya is an example of who we're looking for or who Zago Tours should be selling to. Sorry. I'm gonna try to hold this again. Perhaps it will work this time around. So, for example, Maya is 27. We already said, based on the research that we made, that most likely for Zagotos, people between the ages of 18 to 24 might not necessarily be our audience, really, because they're students and then they're taking gap years. We don't really sell budget tours. We don't sell budget tours, actually. Our tours are affordable, but they're not budget tours. And that's how we're able to guarantee the quality of the trips and the safety on those trips. So yes, this is Maya. Maya is 27 years old. I'm not sharing this stuff. Sorry. Yes, can you see my ICP tab? Yes. So from the research, I have created two distinct ICP that really fits what we're looking for at Zago. We should even be going after at Zago. The first one is the conscious explorer. Her name is Maya. She's 27. She's a marketing consultant. She lives in London. She has like a comfortable disposable income. She spends around $800 to $1,500 per trip. And really, Maya really fits our demographic because on Zago, the least that we sell for a day tour is around 500. Yeah. And then for multi days, around 1,005. So it only makes sense to go after Maya. Maya researches destinations online, but she's wasting time comparing endless operators. She's constantly looking for meaningful experiences with a strong sustainability angle. Maya loves to travel solo. But every once in a while she books group tours for safety and connection. There are a couple of things that motivates Maya. Maya is constantly looking to push her personal limits. Thank you for such as thing, but she also likes to know that the operator is safe and vetted. Maya is constantly looking for adventures that aligns with her eco-conscious life because she's a conscious explorer. Maya values experiences that gives her stories that are worth telling when she returns home. Maya is a stickler for I've gone places my cousins need to know about it. Instagram needs to know about it. And here are the pain points of Maya. Maya loves peace of mind. No, and she gets that by knowing that she's traveling with folks that are legit, in that case suppliers. Maya wants a booking process that doesn't feel like admin, right? She just wants to come, put in a few things, and boom, she's booked. And she also wants people is not hurting the local communities. For Zago, we've already checked the operator, so you just choose the. But let's go to the second persona. The second persona is Daniel. Daniel is 29, and the kind of person he is that he's always looking for, he's always looking for speaking, nomad. So those are like travelers that they work, right, but then they've made wherever they choose to work their is it, no, it's not lively, I'm looking for the right word, I don't think I have it, but yes, they've chosen wherever they work their place of living. So yes, a nomad can say, okay, I'm relocating to Bali today, I'm going to get a job, I'm going to freelance in Bali, and then I'm also going to experience Bali, right? So, okay, Daniel is 29. He's a freelance designer and is currently based in Bali. His spending power is variable between 500 to 900. What that means is that he can still get something with Zago. So Daniel travels frequently, uses Instagram and TikTok for destination inspiration. He loves outdoor sports like surfing, climbing, kayaking, and is constantly looking for new trails. He books last minute and aids gated processes. A couple of things that actually motivates Daniel is that he creates adrenaline rush. So somebody like this could travel like 20 times in a year, and he doesn't even mind whether those places are apart or they're like close to each other. And he wants trips that looks epic but also aligns with his values, and he loves showing friends back home the wild stuff he's doing. Yeah, so he's a normal that likes to show off. And his pain point really is that his needs and pain points. He loves transparency in pricing. He hates hidden fees, and so that has to be clearly communicated in the messaging. He loves an itinerary that is very clear. He doesn't like overcomplicated logistics, and he also loves quick booking that works on mobile. So for somebody like Daniel, our messaging could be, "Thank you so much for skip the hassle, save epic adventures, book in minutes." Now, I also created something because the essence of identifying our ICP is for positioning and messaging. I created like some messaging themes, kind of travelers that we're going to really be going after for this campaign, like our first 100 bookings. Thank you so much if you're just joining me or if you didn't tune in yesterday. I'm Akinsola Esther. I'm an international tourism marketing strategist and the founder of Zago Tours. And over the next 100 days, I'm going to be attempting to sell 100 trips. You can reshare this using the hashtag 100 journeys in 100. I'd be happy to repost with you. If you're learning anything at all, feel free to drop a comment. If you've tried anything I'm going to be sharing, please go ahead and drop a comment. If you have questions, drop a comment. I'll be more than happy to answer them. Thank you so much. So for somebody like Maya is an eco-conscious traveler. She's 27 and she lives in London. So the kind of messages that we're going to be somebody like Maya is that trust and safety are, and then we're going to be communicating the sustainability side of things. Do good while you explore. And then we're going to be communicating the simplicity because Maya is obsessed with simple trips. She wants to book, but she doesn't want to look like she's doing admin work. And really, to get somebody like Maya, we're going to be using channels like Instagram, LinkedIn, email, and partnerships. And then with Maya, our style is going to be smart, driven. We've done the work so that they can enjoy the adventure. For somebody like Daniel, we're going to be using themes like adventures that looks epic, but feel safe. Things like book fast, play hard, and no scams, no stress, just true channels we're going to be using to target somebody like Daniel, TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, Nomad communities. And, our tone and style will be energetic, it will be bold, it will be raw visuals, and it would be quick. We're not trying to use extra bogus words. We're just going to be very simple with Daniel because this is a regular terrain for him. Like he knows about this, and it's not his first time going on adventure tours. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, I sorry, like I have to like constantly hold my mic so that I can, you know, talk into the mic for YouTube and also do the same for like Instagram. Now, the next thing I wanted to talk to us about this morning is goal setting, right? Now that we've gotten our customer out of the way, we've gotten their needs, their points, their behaviors out of the way, let's go to goal setting. For the 100 journeys in 100 days, challenge, there's already a goal. We're trying to sell 100 trips in 100 days. But how are we going to be maneuvering? How are we going to be navigating that and, really getting 100 journeys in 100 days? Now, I have a few things here that I want to share with you that I've made. The way I did mine is so I'm an end-to-end marketer, and what that means is that I'm able to not just look at a concept or at a goal as okay, this is just you know one compact goal that we have to achieve. I'm able to look at a goal and then form the um the other parts of it that makes it achievable, right? So I understand that right now because we don't have ads, we don't have investor money, we're literally doing everything organically. I have to build a system, right? So the system in itself is not the 100 journeys in 100 days. The system is the how of the 100 journeys in 100 days. And so I set a few objectives. I said that we're going to get 2,500 people in our Telegram community. And for me to achieve this, we need the first 25. But I'm going to activate 50 conversations daily. And I'm going to get 3 people on our trip wait list daily. And then I'd also get like 3 people who wants to take the conversation further and get one converted booking daily. Right. So that's like the objectives that are set to help us achieve this. And all through these other days of the challenge, I'm going to be using the word like Zago voice a lot more. Now let's go to the acquisition funnel. My major acquisition funnel for the 100 journeys in 100 days is our community, right? We have a Telegram community. We're going to be funneling people into our community using outreach. Sorry, this is not the best representation of the acquisition funnel, but I mean, because we're digital and I sometimes when I think about these 100 journeys and 100 days, I like to tell myself that we don't have time, and truly we don't. So I'm keeping everything as simple as I can, but I'm more than happy to send you like, can you see my notes? I think I need to show my notes. I see all of my notes. So if you want pictures, I would be see my notes. I'll be more than happy to like share all of my notes with you. Absolutely more than happy to do that. Now, two things that we've identified here. Two things that we've identified here. I've just mentioned that we're going to be using community. But right now, our community is at 0. So, how do I get people into this community? I'm going to be using outreach, right? So, thank you so much for joining me today. Feel free to drop your questions in the comment. Tomorrow, I'm going to be taking you through outreach, what kind of outreach we're going to be starting with, what location specifically are we going to be starting with, why I'm starting with that location, and advantage for starting with that location. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for joining me today. Please, if you would want a copy of my digital notes, I'll be more than happy to send it across. Feel free to send email to partnerships@zagotours.com. uh and I'm happy to share other templates that are not in my notes. I think as we go, I'm just going to drop those templates into YouTube. So those are just general templates. They are not specific to Zago Tours. If you want something specific to Zago Tours as part of the templates that I've used, please feel free to write to me. Thank you so much. Bye.